Uh, Sir, can we begin?
Yeah, ma'am, no issues. Alok, you're there, right? Alok?
Hi, Alok this side. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, man.
Hope I am audible.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, all good.
Ma'am, we'll start, ma'am.
Yes. Renita, can you begin?
Yes, ma'am. A very good morning, everyone. My name is Janita Keren from 2nd BCom Commerce, and I welcome you all to the Advanced Excel workshop today. Before we get started with the session, let us say a word of prayer. Our loving Heavenly Father, we come before you today, O Lord, and we thank you for helping us to conduct and organize this workshop today, and for giving us another opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve our knowledge and skills. As we go through the session, O Lord, we ask that you give us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we all need. We bless the resource person, Mr. Alok Chauhan, the organizing committee, the teachers, and the department for their continued efforts in making this event happen. I pray that each participant who is attending this event today will go back home by learning something new and will make the most of this opportunity. I pray that everyone who is attending it will continue to be safe and that you will bless us all with very good internet connection so that we can all stay connected throughout. Let the event go smoothly from start to finish without any technical errors or difficulties. Lord, especially at this time, we finally thank you for your hand of protection on each one of us and for keeping each of us and our families safe and healthy. We ask that you continue to bless us and keep us safe in the palm of your hands. I ask all this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Now for some simple instructions to keep in mind. Please make sure that you are all connected and online throughout the entire workshop. You are all required to keenly follow what is being done and practically apply it simultaneously in your own Excel worksheet. At the end of the session, you will have to attach and upload the assigned work and give your feedback in order to receive the e-certificate. Keep your audio on mute and your video switched off. If you have any queries or doubts relating to the topic, please put it in the chat box. We will have a question and answer session towards the end where all your queries will be answered. The feedback link will be posted in the chat box after the vote of thanks. So please be patient and fill it up properly. I now invite Dr. Lynette Cristalda, the workshop coordinator, to welcome you all and do a brief introduction before we begin.
Thank you, Renita. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. I quote Confucius. This workshop on advanced Excel was conceived, planned, and is executed based on the above quote. Learning by doing is the only way I know, which teaches me how to learn. I gladly welcome all the students and faculty from WCC and other colleges to this virtual workshop. I hope and wish that you would all have rich learning experience throughout the session. I now call upon Mr. Muthukumar, a senior manager, Imarticus Learning, who takes care of business development in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, to introduce the resource person for the day, Mr. Alok Chauhan. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot, ma'am. So I represent a company called Imarticus Learning. My name is Muthukumar, as ma'am already said. I'm one of the senior manager representing Imarticus Learning, and I take care of Tamil Nadu and Kerala region. And to begin with, I'll just give a small introduction about Imarticus Learning, who we are and what we are exactly doing in across Pan India. So about Imarticus, we are basically a corporate training company where we train and develop the candidates and working professionals on two major domains. One is financial services and the other one is analytics. So in financial services, if you see, like we have various programs on investment banking, business analyst, etc. And when it comes to analytics, we have industry programs on data analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, etc. So we have been present in 12 major cities across Pan India, starting from Delhi in the north and towards Coimbatore in the south. We have been there in 12 top metro cities across Pan India, and We have global presence also. We have been located in Dubai, African countries, as well as in Philippines. So these are all some of the locations where Imarticus is live currently. And to talk about Imarticus in numbers, as of now, in the past of 8 years of journey, we have been trained more than 35,000 plus candidates on different programs on financial services as well as analytical part. And our training feedback will be like 4.7 out of 5, which is a good insight when it comes to the delivery part. And we have more than 200 plus trainers on board. These are all like they are not just like a trainers. They are currently the working professionals. People work in industry, and they'll be part of Imarticus, and they train our candidates on different programs. And we have more than 20 plus programs where we offer on financial services as well as in analytics. And we have been tied up with more than 500 plus global partners where our trained professionals will be placed in these kind of companies on various roles with a minimum CTC of 4 lakhs per annum and maximum 8 lakhs per annum. And these are all some of the global partners that we partnered with. And we have divided these partners as few are pro degree partners and few are corporate partners. So pro degree partners in the sense, if you take any kind of Imarticus program, it might be a investment banking program, or it might be a data analytics or machine learning program. If you take any kind of program, we will be in partner with any one of the global partners. Say, for example, if you take a data science program, we have been partnered with KPMG. As you people know about KPMG, they are one of the top audit firm across the world. So we have been tied up with KPMG, and KPMG works with us to develop the curriculum. They help us on case studies, projects, etc. So our candidates will be doing a lot of projects in tie-up with KPMG. So like that, for every program, if you take machine learning, we have been tied up with IBM. So IBM is our knowledge partner for machine learning program. And if you take a business analyst program, EY is our knowledge partner. So for every program of Imarticus, like these people will be our knowledge partner. And the corporate partners are purely on the placement partners. So talking about corporate partners, we have been tied up with more than 500 plus corporate partners. Talking about Goldman Sachs, JB Morgan, EY. These are all some of the partners for financial services where we train candidates on investment banking operations, and we place them as analysts or senior analysts in any one of the investment banks across Pan India. Okay, and in data analytics, we place them as a data analyst or a data scientist in any one of the top companies. So this is what we do across Pan India. And today, there will be a workshop on advanced Excel, where one of my star trainer, Mr. Alok, is there. So he will be giving a lot of insights about advanced Excel, which will help you to work on further on data analytics or any kind of industry. The Excel is one of the important tool, and he will be giving a lot of insights on advanced tool. Okay, so I welcome Alok. Alok is our one of our star trainer in Imarticus, and he is a triple IT alumni, and he has been having a work experience of more than 10 plus years in data analytics industry. So over to you, Alok.
Thanks a lot, Muthu, and thank you, Dr. Lynette. Thanks, Renita. So hello, everybody. Very good morning. Myself, Alok, and well, more than enough said about me. So today we are here for MS Excel workshop. And before we begin, I would like to hear from the woman power here. What about Excel? How handy you are in Excel? Just a quick poll. Or maybe first things first. They can use the chat box, no, ma'am?
Yeah, you are doing Excel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell him what you have learned so that it's easy for him to pick up from?
Okay, ma'am. So far we've learned some of the basic things that we do in Excel. We've learned what is a cell, what is a worksheet, how to format. how to type in data and how to format the data, move the data, copy it, paste it. And recently, the main thing that we learned that was new for most of us were the different functions that we can use. So we've learned over 10 to 15 of the basic functions to start off with. So we have knowledge in all of that.
Okay, very well.
Yes.
Great. All fine. Good to know. You guys have, okay, you people have walked into Excel. Think about it. Why we are talking Excel in this era of Python, R, SQL, Hadoop? Why a primitive tool like Excel? I'm just trying to, I'm just playing the devil's advocate for a few minutes. The way I will be conducting this is, I'll walk through some very basic things. So please don't feel that you are getting bored, because what I have seen in several workshops that students feel that okay, they know these things, but there are a few very basic things which people are unaware of. So that's for one. Then I will move on to some intermediary concepts and tricks and tips of Excel, and then I will talk about some deep statistics, and maybe if time allows, then we will go into predictive algorithms also. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see an Excel sheet.
Okay. Fine. So here, I'll drop the link in the chat box. The Excel sheet you are seeing on screen, that is available here. So please, everybody, download it. Since it is a workshop, I would very much recommend, and I would very much want this to that you people do it side by side. Maybe I can go a bit slow, but if you do it hands-on, that would give you a much better understanding of what we are doing and why we are doing. So take a moment, download it, please, and have a look. And just please apprise me in the chat box. What do you think this data is talking about? As the file name suggests, and as you see later, I hope everybody that some kind of online retail sales, maybe a global store. Yeah, like Amazon or say Alibaba. Maybe we should not link it with any company, but for now you understand that it is something going on online purchase, bulk buying, some customers. So first things first, this is a data set. Now you will have Excel. Can somebody, how many rows are there? I'm entering invoices. Invoice. This. How can I in sheet? Everybody knows that. Is it going with everybody? Is my voice cracking?
Yes, sir, there is some little disturbance in your voice. It's breaking.
Okay, okay. Is it any better now, or is it constantly cracking, breaking?
Now it is quite fine, but on and off your voice becomes low, and
Okay.
I think the words are not heard very clearly. I think that's the problem.
Okay, okay. Maybe just give me a moment. Everybody, please stay in the meeting. I'll take a few seconds. I'll drop and I'm back. Guys, hi again. Is the voice okay? The screen is shared.
Screen is shared. We can see the screen.
Okay.
I don't know about the voice. The others, can you we see the chat box? It's better now. It's kind of lagging behind.
Kind of lagging behind.
Voice is breaking.
How do you know it keeps lagging? Again cracking. Is it so?
Yeah, yes, sir. It is breaking.
Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. I'm joining it. Okay, let's try once more. Is it any better now?
Sir, if you can keep speaking, then we'll be able to find out.
Okay.
Just say few lines, few sentences.
Okay. Seems good. Seems it is settled. Somebody wanted. Here is the link again. Did you miss it? The link to download this Excel sheet.
I was talking to you regarding how many rows this Excel sheet can handle. Could you figure this out without Googling? Infinite, okay, here is one theory. Anybody else? Oh, cool. Now this is something. Yes, exactly. If you click on Excel somewhere and press Control plus down arrow, try this. Control and down arrow, your, your cursor will run to the last cell where data is available. So if somebody asks me, how much data is this? How many orders are these? Well, it is 46432 minus the first row, which has column headers. So that much of data is available. But what about the Excel sheet itself? Well, again, if you press Control down from this blank cell, it will run to the last cell available. So that is exactly, well, Evelyn, chocolates for you. Muthu, please do see to that she gets us chocolate on my on my behalf. 1048576. Okay, what about columns? If somebody says how many columns does this Excel sheet have? Well, now you know the trick. If control down runs down, maybe control right will run in columns direction. Try that. Control plus right. So it is XFD, but how many these are? What would XFD mean? Or better, the better question may be, I got to know that you got it. It is XFD, but how much is this? See, the practicality of this is, suppose this is the data and it has some columns, and somebody asked me how many columns are there in this data set. Well, I can count here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I is the ninth letter, so 9 columns. But what if there were 90 columns? Would you call it? Would you count it manually? Does not seem like an intelligent way to do it. So earlier you did Control plus right. Try doing Control Shift and right. When you do Control plus Shift plus right, it will select everything in between. It will again do the same. It will run to the last cell till where the data is available. There is some character or number in the cell. It will run up to that, but it will keep selecting them also. And now down below, you can see that count is 9. So be it 9 columns or be it 90 columns, or it may be 900 columns. You can count how many columns, how many variables this data set is carrying. So this is the amount of data one Excel sheet can handle. And on top of that, you can have n number of Excel sheets. Yes or no? You already know that. Can somebody tell me how many sheets can I have in a workbook? Okay, do one thing. Google it immediately. Do it quickly and tell me how many sheets can one Excel sheet offer? Uh-huh. 255. Well, actually, it is not limited to 255. Actually, it is not matter of the facility. Virtually, Excel offers infinite number of sheets you can have, but it is limited by the memory available on your machine. See the question I asked. Why are you talking about Excel in these of n number of tools, very advanced tools for analysis and NLP and Excel is still a noteworthy tool, and over the years it has evolved and contains some very advanced and very noteworthy facilities. Right
Excuse me,
from the data
sir.
presentation,
Sir, your
data
voice is
analysis,
breaking again, sir.
tracking again.
Yes, sir. We weren't able to hear you in between also.
Okay, till when were you with me?
So till the number of sheets being limited by the memory, till that part we heard you clearly. So after that only your voice started breaking.
Okay, okay. Okay, very fine. Thanks. Number of sheets, I was telling you that number of sheets are virtually infinite possible, but practically it is limited by the amount of memory available on your machine. Fair? So that was what I was talking. Getting along, first things we notice when we see this data set, we open this in Excel very well. It is not, well, very presentable currently. You guys already perhaps know this because formatting, you people told me that you have learned this formatting. You can set the cell width, length, but do we do it manually? I can adjust the length or width of any column, any row, but till when I am going to do this like one by one? We don't do that one by one. What else you can do is you click on this button, the cross section of column headers and row numbers. You click on this, it selects the entire data, and now you double click at the intersection of two column headers. Try this. This will automatically adjust the column, the width of the columns to a suitable length according to the data it contains, so that all the data in one line is available here. So far so good. The intersection arrow, you see this right on the intersection of row numbers and column headers, cell 1A and here. Just a click and it selects everything, and now you can double click Now it doesn't matter on which intersection you are clicking. You just have to double click on any intersection and all the columns will take a proper width. Very well, done so far. Then since you have done formula, you already know Excel also gives you facility of calculation fields. For example, in this case, you got quantity and you got unit price. Now, can you calculate the amount of this invoice, the total amount? The facility is equal to sign, which initiates a calculated field. When I say equal to, this becomes a calculated field. What do we need to do? We just need to multiply these, yes or no? I need to multiply quantity with unit price. So rather than taking these values 24 into 3.75, I am choosing the cell index. I chose the cell I need to calculate. It has taken the index, not the value, multiplied by another cell index, not the value, and enter, and I get the calculated field, what I wanted to calculate. Say, I'm calling it total amount for now. Well, Charu, you anticipated my next question. Next things. Now I need to calculate total amount for this invoice also. So do I do that again? Should I initiate again and then multiply this and then multiply that? And keep doing this? Seems, again, doesn't seem like a very efficient way. What you can do is drag and drop, right? Very well. Good to see the enthusiasm. You click, you know that cursor changes, your cursor shape and color, everything changes depending upon the facility it provides, right? If it is here, it is a sideways arrow, that means it is for column length. If it is here white, that means just selection cursor. When I keep this on the bottom right corner of this cell, it turns black, which is my cue that now I can drop and drag. Drag, 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 and till the time I will drag it, it will keep on copying the calculation field. I don't need to put in the values. It will automatically select the next indices like G9, E9, next it will be G10, E10, and so on. Another thing I would say, just now we saw that these are some 46,000 invoices. Till when I am going to drag this? Do I keep doing this now? What do you say? I can drag, certainly I can drag, but for 46,000 invoices, would I do that? So again, it is not required. I just click on this cell, and here, when my cursor turns black, I don't drag, I just double click. Try doing that. And what it is going to do is the same, which we were trying to do manually so far. It will copy that entire calculated field till the last row, till the time it is getting values It will keep on calculating. Okay, so now I can, now my data is properly formatted, seems good. And okay, I needed some calculated field. I have developed it also, very nice. Now let's talk about some data anomalies. See, when there is raw data coming from any source, it may contain certain anomalies, out of which one is very evident here. You see the country column, France, capital France, again France, then capital France. Well, Excel doesn't mind it, but it doesn't look nice. That is one reason. Another thing, when I am making my data presentable and I am making a proper analysis, my data should be in a certain standards. There should not be this uppercase, lowercase mismatch going on. It becomes rather more important because, okay, Excel doesn't mind it, but there are tools which mind it. For example, Python and R both are case sensitive tools. For them, this capital France means something else, and this France means something else. So my whole analysis is going to for a toss if these things keep happening. There is a France and capital France, then there may be a Germany and a small Germany, and maybe so on. What should be done? What do you say? I need this country column in a standard form. Either everything should be capital or either everything should be small or maybe something, but it should be standard. So you guys have recently learned some functions. So you already know that we can initiate a function from here, insert function. In your home button, there is insert function. Everybody finds it? Everybody could find it? Click on that and there will be a pop-up. This pop-up contains several functions, financial functions, date and time, mathematics, statistical, and all kinds of functions. And this pop-up can act as a mini Google for you. You don't need to know the function, like Renita has taught, that use lower or upper function. But what if I don't know? There are thousands of functions possible. How many can you remember? Yes or no? You cannot recall everything. So you don't need to know the function. You just need to type it like you Google something. Just like that, type it. I am typing convert text and go. And it will recommend some functions to you. And if you click on the function name, it will give you the kind of pointer that what this function does. And maybe you can check is this the same you wanted to do, like lower function. Then there is convert, it does something, converts units. No, that's not my cup of tea. Lower, it converts all the letters in a text string to lowercase. Wow, bingo. This is what I wanted to do. Now things become simple. I just like calculated field, I initiate rather than calculation, I import function lower. It needs text. What is the text? Text is France. And bracket close. Execute. And I end up with France in all small. Same goes with upper function. You can find that out too. Well, this is one France. This is the very first cell. I needed to convert into lowercase. It is done. So what about this? Now I want this and this and this and all of them to convert into lowercase. What do I do? Do I again initiate lower function and then again lower function? Not exactly. Yeah, just 5 minutes back, we learned that just like a calculation equal to sign also offers me to replicate function. I just go to this, just like calculated field we were doing. I go here and I drag, drag, drag. I can drag or I can just simply double click. And everything is lowercase now. Seems good. Let's call this column. I'm calling this country code. Just for the sake of convenience, I'm not calling it country for now. I'm calling it country code. We will see why. So maybe now I think this column is not of any use. Yes or no? This column was data anomaly. Now I have a clean column. So now I don't need this earlier, the previous one, the country column. So why keep duplicate columns and unnecessarily bulk up the data? Let's delete this column and try deleting it. If I delete this, and what happens? What happens is suddenly you see this error. This hash sign means error in Excel. Whatever comes with a hash sign and this exclamation mark, that is error of some kind. So REF is the code for reference error. It is telling me where do I go? Because we did not use letters of France string. We used the index where France was written. Now that cell is not available to this column. When this cell is not available, it cannot convert it to lowercase. That's why the error. So just Control Z, undo this. Otherwise, the calculated field will not be there. The formula will not be able to get input and it will throw an error. What else can you do? Can you do something better? I want this column clean and I want this polluted column to go. So hide it. Prajita, hiding is, hiding is something linked to presentation. It is anyway there if you hide it. The data is still bulky. The data is still polluted, even if you hide it. Deleting, you just tried deleting. It didn't do anything. Replace. So yes, that's what we are going to do. We just see if I click somewhere and I do Control Shift and down here, what it is going to do. If I do Control down, it will run all the way down. No, that I don't want. I want to select everything. So Control Shift and down. If I do Control plus Shift plus down arrow, now it will select everything in between. It will run all the way to the last cell, but also keep selecting everything in between. Now when it is there, you know, Control C, Control V. So just do Control C, not Control V yet. Now you have copied this column, which were clean values. Well, in the next column, try doing Control V and see what happens. If we copy and paste, it is not doing because it is copying the formula, not the values. So no, that we did not want. We wanted to copy the values and replace on this column where the anomalies were present. So rather than Control V, you press Everybody here? Blessy, am I audible now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Once you are here, see, by default, if we were doing control V, we were just doing pasting everything, whatever was available. The formula, the syntax, the formatting, everything you could copy. Now I don't want formula. So Excel gives you choice. You can copy and paste whatever is required. If I want to copy just formula, not the syntax or not the formatting, I can do that. Here, if I choose values, it means only the values will be pasted, not the formula. Try doing pasting values. So select values and click OK and see if that does the trick. See for yourself. Maybe I should not show you. And fire. So now you have country in a proper format. And you can delete the rest. Now there is no problem because now you have copied the values. It is not dependent on any formula. Basic control plus alt plus V. You copy something, control C, and then you click where you want to paste it, and then control plus alt plus V. And it will pop up like that, paste special. Very fine. Now it is almost 1 hour and I would like to know a little bit to the same question once again because I need to be, guided into the right direction that what I should take next. So far it was not very basic, not very intermediary. It was somewhere in the gray area, but I will need to know from the woman power here. Girls, how many of you did not know this? Those who didn't know this, could you give me just a quick thing? See, I need to know whether I am boring you or am I really teaching you something. If you did not know this, then it is information, then you are learning. If you already knew this and I'm just walking around and I'm boring you, I don't want to bore you. So how many of you are learning something? Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Seems like okay, okay.
So,
Invoice date values show up.
sir,
Yes, ma'am.
there is some question there. How did you get the invoice date values to show up?
Yeah, I see there is a question from Nishala Philip.
Yeah, yeah.
Nishala, I didn't get it entirely. Your question, Acha, you are okay, okay. And Nishala, try doing this. You can select this. You see, if you take your cursor here on the intersection of two columns, it turns into sideways arrows. And if you click and drag this way or that way, it can adjust the column width. So adjust invoice date to proper width, and you can see the date values. Double click option to fill all cell is not working on your system. This is question from Beverly. Maybe I should check chat for once because I think, did I miss some question?
Sir, Yashwanti has asked, can you please repeat the paste special, sir?
Okay, okay, sure. Double click option to fill all cell is not working. Beverly, probably um, you didn't place the cursor on the right point. It is the bottom right corner and it is pointed like cursor will change the cell. So that is your cue. Cursor's color will change. Like normally you will see this white cursor. It will convert into this kind of black. So that is your cue to press double click. Otherwise it will not work. So I'm pretty much sure that that is the issue. And Shruti, your question was the, okay, I'll show you. Suppose I want to, like this calculated field, this was E2 into G2, and if I just copy and paste it somewhere, it will move the indices. It will move, now here it was E2 into G2. If I paste it somewhere, it will change according to the indices of the cell selected. I don't want that to happen. I just want to copy the value, not the formula. So that's where paste special came into picture. So paste special, to initiate that, I have copied something. Now I want to paste special. I press Control plus Alt plus V. Control plus Alt plus V. When you do that, this kind of pop-up will be there. By default, it is set on all. I don't want to copy all. If I placed all, then value along with the formula and everything, the format, etc., everything will be copied. I don't want that to happen. I just want to copy the value, not the formula, not the format. And then I click OK and done. I hope that settles. Beverly, I don't know if that not, you waited for the black cursor, but that black plus did not become. It was not black, no. Did it happen? Okay, maybe. So, okay, Renita too. There's maybe the problem of Excel version you people are using, or maybe some other glitch it may be. I don't have liberty to share the screen, and time is also limited. So maybe I can go ahead for now, if you allow me. And maybe if we can work this out, maybe Muthu, we can connect with you girls again. For now, the time is a crunch, and there are a few things I would very much like to discuss, and I'm sure you people will like it. So can you stay with this for now, and we can come back to this maybe some other day. I'm very much certain it is a nitty-gritty issue.
Yes, sir, you can continue.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So this was data presentation and some calculations and some cleaning of the data, of very basics of that, some nitty-gritty of that. Now we are coming on to enough of data. Now let's get into some analysis. This is the data set I am having. 46,000 invoices. They have delivered something to several countries and several customers. Now, what do I do with this data? This plethora of data. What is the information here? To get those information, to make some meaningful outcome of this analysis, Excel gives me facility of pivot tables. I hope everybody is working on Excel 2010 onwards. Pivot tables are not very limited facilities they provide in previous versions, but then after 2010 version of Excel, they become way powerful. So let's create pivot table and we will see what a pivot table is. You click on this insert here, the very first option, the pivot table. You click on that. Okay. Your cell, before you go to pivot table, do one thing, cancel that. Your cursor should be in the data field somewhere. If it is on blank, you will see what will happen. My cursor is within the data where it is available, and then I run pivot table. I try to initiate a pivot table. You see what has happened? It has automatically selected all the data till where data is available. It has selected everything, right from the cell A1 up to the cell J dollar something something something. Everybody here so far? Sure. You just keep your cursor, select any cell, click on any cell. It should be on the data, not on the blank cell. And then you try to initiate insert tab and initiate pivot table, the first option. When we click on that, a pop-up will appear like this, create pivot table. So everybody till here with me? It has selected, it gives you liberty to select a table or range. By default, it has selected all the data set. Down below, there is option whether you want to create a pivot table in a new worksheet or existing worksheet. So by default, it is new worksheet. I also personally like new worksheet because it becomes way too cluttered. You already see this. This data is already too much clutter. I don't want clutter. I want clean summary. So let it be on new worksheet and click OK. What will happen is there will be a new sheet and you will see pivot table fields and something funny going on here. You don't need to worry about it. We'll just see. Just in a minute, we will see what everything means. On the right pane, it is showing pivot table fields and it contains all the fields your Excel sheet had. Invoice number, product category, right? We were seeing just now, country, amount, this and that. Down below, there are drag fields, row, column, values. So just keep doing it with me and you will understand what is happening. Click on, say, country. I have clicked on country and drag it to rows. Click on country, keep holding, drag it to rows. And what do you see? All the countries are now listed as row labels. So this is how we try to make meaningful summary from this data set. So now all the countries are listed. Now what do we want to know about these countries? What do we want to know? Temperature? Not exactly. When we talk about summary, what is a summary? Summary is essentially numbers. No. When I am talking about analysis or I am saying, show me something, and when I'm You see, anything, get me a report, get me an information, get me an analysis, get me a summary. I'm always talking about numbers, yes or no? Maximum something, minimum something, average of something, total of something, or count of something. It is always about a number. So that's what we keep in values. For example, in this case, did I miss? Sure. Okay. Yeah, prices, quantities, numbers. Suppose I drag this total amount. So this is the place for numbers, the values field. I put total amount here, and it is showing me the sum of total amount, what we calculated recently. But now it is showing it country-wise. Still here? Everybody with me? If you are left behind, please keep me posted. Very fine. Good to know. But please don't lag behind. If you have lagged behind, please update me so that I can again come to you and we can see what went wrong with. Okay. Well, this is sum of total amount. Maybe I don't want to see the total amount. Maybe I needed to see something else. So here in the values, you see this drop down arrow. There is a little drop down arrow. Click on that. You click on that and there are several options. You have to choose the last one, the value field settings. We click on value field settings and you see all those options. Go ahead, girls. Tell Excel which number you want to see. Sum, count, average, max, min, product, standard deviation and variance. Wow. What not? Tell me, can you demand anything else? What else? What else do you wish? Isn't this magic? Yeah, coming on to it, Charu. Just in a moment. Mind you, you have not written a single line of code so far. It is all just click, 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 drag, drag, drop, drop. Okay, so you can create n number of summaries. Do you want both? Maybe you can say that. Maybe your boss is a way too skeptical person. He or she wants average also and the total also. So one is average field. You drag this again here. You can do that n number of times. Drag it again and okay, it is by default it is sum. Otherwise you can choose whatever you want. Okay, so this is pivot table. If you want to remove, you can drag it back and it will disappear. Now try one thing by yourself. By yourself, I want to do you to do it. Remove country for now. Remove country from here. Remove country from rows. Now select country again and drag it to columns field this time. Earlier we did country and dragged it to rows. Now I am saying, no, don't drag it to rows, drag it to columns field and see what happens. What happens? Did it? Tried it? As expected, yes. It is just a tweak, nothing else. It is not analysis. It is just a trick. I wanted to see countries listed in row. If I put it in column, countries will be listed in column. So depending on your analysis and your presentation, whichever you choose, you can choose both the options. But as you see here, intuitively, it does not look like a nice way. I think, in my personal opinion, this doesn't look nice. Yes or no? Not presentable, not very intuitive, right? So maybe rose was better. Okay, let's put this in rows. But is it a facility? Yes, it is a facility. Fantastic facility. Try doing one more thing, okay? So far, it is going. Now I have a good clean summary, numbers put together, average of total amount I can see for each country. But now I want to send this report. You see that there is a column product category. There is a product category column here. Drag it to filters. Drag this product category column to filter and see what happens. Maybe I want a bit detailed summary. I want to see the amount for each country, what we are selling here, how much amount we are generating from any country. But now I want to see something else. Did it happen? You realize what has happened? If I drag this product column, product category to filters, there is a filter facility available now. I click on this. Well, there are 4 categories this company deals in: apparels, appliances, cosmetics, and household items. Very fine. So say I want to, I'm showing this presentation to somebody and, a senior management, maybe you will not want just total. Maybe you will be demanded of showing category wise. So I choose apparels, and now the data is only about apparels. Happening for everybody? Very fine, great. If somebody asks me, well, we are only interested to know about apparels and cosmetics. So there is option to select multiple items. You choose that and you can choose those whom you want and leave behind those whom you don't want. For example, say this company says show me the data for only appliances and household, the families. So even that is possible. Okay. Well, for now, going nice and easy. Uh, do you guys have been through lookup functions? Is it so? Can you please apprise me quickly? Lookup functions. Okay, no problem. And maybe, okay, okay, okay then. Fantastic. I'll show you something interesting. I hope you guys will like it. Well, I don't know what has been your courses and what people have been learning, but I'm assuming everybody has been from maths background, 10th, 11th, 12th, somewhere maths has disturbed you.
Sir, all these are commerce students, but they have no basic understanding of mathematics.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. Okay, well, would you girls tell me what is the general equation of line, a straight line, and I will know what to do.
So I think that is too much for them. I don't think
Okay.
many will
Okay.
be able to tell you that. They would have studied business mathematics, few of them, in their 11th and 12th. But other
Okay.
than that, all this what you're asking, they would have studied before 10th, and I don't think they would remember also. The other girls, can you, yeah, y is equal to mx plus c. I think,
Girls are responding.
yeah, yeah.
And they are doing good. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Here is another link, and you guys can download this file.
Y is equal to mx plus c. That's right.
Nice, nice to see. So, girls, there is this link, another link, and you can download this. Is another Excel sheet, small data set, and just please apprise me. What do you see? What this data is talking about? I hope everybody got this, able to download. See, Nishala, it is not about possible. It is possible. But the question is it needed on top of that? And even if it is demanded or possible, you see, you will end up with a very complex summary. I wanted to create summary so that I can convey my analysis. You will see, just please download it and stay with me for another few minutes, and you will see that rather than conveying result, we can become more confusing. Sometimes the data may deceive us. So it is not about what is possible. Yes, many things are possible. But is that a nice thing to do? Well, maybe not a good idea. Okay. Well, is everybody ready with that data set? Everybody download it and you see what this data set is about. The recently you have downloaded. This is so this is just a dummy data set, not a very huge data set, just to show you the concept. We are not going into actual that, but this is a facility Excel provides, and during my entire sales career, I have used this heavily to forecast our sales for coming period of time. And how it can be done using Excel is, I wanted to show you that. Suppose there is a company, the data set you are seeing, there's a company, they are say any product they are manufacturing, say laptops or cell phones or whatever you want to call it. So they are using some marketing for their product, they are spending some budget, and they are making some sales also, and say they are recording this data month on month, year on year. So eventually it will become a data set itself, no? After say 12 months, 13 months, 14 months, now it is a data set. Now it should be having some information for me. So there comes something important, which is again a facility in Excel. It is data visualization. So it is not about creating, you must have tried that already, maybe, that you can create charts in Excel. Yes, you know that Excel provides you facility to create charts. So it is not just to keep things fancy. It is something which is way more useful. Say if this is the company doing, and one fine day the CEO walks in, and what does he or she say to marketing department? Maybe he or she says, yes, marketing guys, what you people are up to? It has been over a year. So what will marketing say? Should they send this data over a mail or a printout? Mind you, they are talking to CEO. I hope you are getting the idea. You are getting the gist. Yeah, yeah. What do you want to do? Do you want to share printout with the CEO, Jessica? Think about it. Think about it. I am just showing you a dummy data set. It is a data set of 17 months. It may go up to 1700 rows. It may go up to 10 columns. Doesn't seem like a good way to deal with a CEO. So that's where, yes, presentation comes in. The graphs, the visualization is something which is very important for these kind of communications. For CEO kind of people, you see, for once, for the very one reason, they don't have time. They don't have time to see your analysis and see your summary, then go through the huge amount of numbers. Yes, they just want the bird's view, the hawk's vision from the top, and want to understand the big picture. So let's not do that. What do we do? Let's select the data, and now we go on to insert, and there are, you see, now there are facilities available. Several charts, several charts, several charts. Which chart do you want to do? What do you think which chart you will create? There are a number of charts available to choose from. there are thumb rules, some which you should know. When you are creating a chart for number versus number, like this case, what do you want to see? You want to see budget versus sales, a number versus number. In these cases, you should choose scatter plots, scatter plot or point plot or whatever you want to call it. Like we select the data, and which is a scatter plot? This is the scatter plot. The scatter plot, bubble chart, whatever you want to call it. I choose this one, and just to show you for now. And it is here. You can drag and make it in a proper size. And if you want to change the background, and there are several options to modify that. We are not going there for now, but just to give you an idea. Since it was a number versus number, I have created a scatter plot, and now, maybe now, just imagine, now marketing department can talk about in 5 minutes. See, ma'am, our budget was this much, sales was this much. Next month we improved some budget and we resulted in this much of sales. And then we improved marketing budget further and we improved our sales. Budget is in lakhs, sales is in crores. You see how great job we are doing. A chart created. Give me a moment.
Sir, we are not able to see the chart. The scatter plot, we are not able to see it.
I got it. It happens with Zoom sometimes.
Okay. We are able to see this product category, multiple items, those two columns, but not the chart.
Just a moment. Insert, and I go to chart and scatter. Do you see it now? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Actual sales in crores.
Okay. Yeah, correct. Fair. I hope now everything I was talking about makes sense. We created a chart which is number against number, budget against actual sales. And now we can say what happened to sales when we increase the budget. We increase the budget and sales is increasing. Maybe that's convincing. What if it is not number versus number? What you can do? Like in the previous case, like here. Suppose I wanted to see country against a number. Which chart you should choose? In such cases, you have option of bar graphs. Bar graph, there can be like this, vertical and horizontal, any way you want to choose. Right? So in such cases, we create bar graphs, and you see again, rather than showing these figures and numbers and whatnot, I'm using a bar chart simply to explain to my CEO that, you see, have a look, ma'am. These are the average sales we are making in these countries. And as evident from the bar chart, clearly we have some favorite countries and clearly we have some countries which are a concern. Now, depending upon what the company needs and what is the business decision required, we can think about which countries to focus upon. But you see, with a visual, the game is over in 5 minutes. You have conveyed whatever you wanted to. All good. Everybody could create these bar graphs and scatter plot. Actually, these are the lifelines of several analyses. Should I talk about something further or any confusion, any question in this visualization part? Okay. Very fine. Chalo, good. Let's go back to that marketing budget and sales. What about I was talking about forecast. Can we do something about forecast? Yes, we can do actually. See, this is my existing data. And depending upon this existing data, can I make a forecast for the next few months? I have a data of 17 months. Now I am sitting in the meeting for the next month. Yes, Mr. Chauhan, what do you say? We are planning a budget of 250 lakhs. What is going to be the sale? What do you say? Or maybe the further month. The budget we are marking is 275 lakhs. What is going to be the sale? Can I say something about it? Maybe I can. You guys just told me that a straight line equation is y is equal to mx plus c. Click on the chart. Everybody has created this chart. Everybody got this chart created, ready? Okay, okay, yeah, yes, Charu, I'm talking about regression analysis. Okay, glad you know. So how do we do it? Just for the sake of those, if anybody doesn't know it, so just for that, I'm going ahead with this. There are options. If I click on this chart on the right side, there are few options. You choose this plus sign. This is to add elements to the chart. So I need to add some element to the chart. Click on this, and then there are several options we see. I can add titles. I can add some more access, like you see, access titles, whatever the title I want to insert, I can do that. Data labels, like what is the data point here? Grid line, yes or no, you can keep or make them go. For now, we are going to trend line. Go to this trend line option and add this trend line. What does this trend line gives me? That this is the more or less a straightforward relationship which marketing budget and actual sales have shown in the past. So this is the trend which has been seen in the past. And depending upon this trend, can I say something about the future? Okay, there it is. But job is not done yet. Everybody can see the trend line. anybody could create the trend line. Before trend line, there is this arrow button because I want to do something more specific now. I just don't want to see the trend. I want to calculate the future forecast which this trend line has offered. Here you click, here you see several options: linear, exponential, linear forecast, 2-period, this, that. We are not going into much detail because see, here is a linear trend. There may be a non-linear trend also, but you will get confused. I'm not going there for now. So for now, let's stick to linear trend. I'm just linearly marking the trend, that what has been the overall trend in the past. I choose this linear trend. Go to this more options thing here. Last. Click on more options. You will have these options. So, well, this is option for just formatting. First one, the bucket. Another one is this pentagon thing, and it is again a kind of formatting thing. It is just to beautify and glorify your graph. Well, we are not going there. You can experiment with this later on. What we are interested in is coming to the crunch numbers. So coming to last option, this trend line options, it is showing you bars. It is indicating that you want to do some deep analysis. You are not interested just in numbers, just in formats. So trend, we have already chosen linear. We can choose exponential and polynomial and whatnot, but not going there. We just want to see the broad trend, which is linear. And if I scroll down, there is an option that display equation on chart. I check this. You guys check this, display equation on chart in the second last. What has happened now is, now there is an equation also. Is everybody with me here so far? Is everybody with me? Don't fall behind, people. Please tell me if you are left behind. Please tell me. I'll repeat whatever is required. So what has happened is, from the past trend, whatever has been happening in the past, I have been able to deduce a linear equation which can explain the broad trend. It will make some error. It is imperative that it will make some error. Trendline part again? Definitely, Evelyn. Thank you very much. Guys, everybody, please, if you are left behind, if you didn't get it, please tell me so that I will repeat. Please don't be lost. Just keep me apprised. Thank you, Evelyn. I'll explain, certainly. I will explain once. I will walk you through from just right from the beginning. No problem at all. What did we do? I had number versus number chart. Very fine. I chose the existing data, the available data so far, and I moved on to insert and I created a scatter plot. So I see that there is a scatter plot which shows me the correlation or regression or whatever you want to call it between marketing budget and sales. Now I want to add elements to this chart. So I click on this chart elements, and in chart elements there is an option trend line. When I choose trend line, so this trend here. So I see that there is a linear trend in this case. Chart looks different. Okay. I'm almost working again from starting. There is no elements option. Laksha, which version are you using? If it is older version of Excel prior than 2010, then maybe something wrong may happen. It is because of the older version. So there are several facilities. MS Excel went under massive upgrade in 2010. So previous versions were very, they have very limited efficiency. So maybe that. Okay, Dr. Lynette. We'll take some time on that. Okay, I believe everybody is on the same page now. We have created this trend line. Next, we wanted equation of this trend line. So we went on to more options here in the trend line. Everybody got this? Trend line, the arrow button, and then last more options. We click on more options again, and now we have further options to color and format and shadow and this and that. Well, for now we are not interested in that, so we go to this third option directly, trend line options, and scroll down below. There is option on second last space. You will see display equation on chart. We click on that, and we have equation also. I hope good. Now things are easy. I am done with the forecast. The equation says, what is the equation is? Equation is y is equal to 0.0528 times x and plus 3.325. Right? So what is x and what is y in this case? This is the marketing budget and y is the actual sales. We created the chart this way. Yes or no? On y-axis is budget, on x-axis is budget, on y-axis is sales. So that's the analogy here. Now comes the forecast. Now I am in the meeting and Mr. CEO or Miss CEO is asking me, yes, Chauhan, what is your forecast of our sales in the coming months? I simply turn my chair to the marketing head and I ask him or her, please tell me what is the budget we are looking at. If it is 250, my Y is calculated this much into 250 units of budget. That will become my Y. So this is Y. If budget is 250, well, sir or ma'am, more or less, we are going to make 16.55 crores in sales. That has been our past trend, with a certain amount of error involved, because this is analysis, this is not God, so there can be error. But But yes, this trend line, this is my prediction. These dots are something. So even if there is error, it will be a very minute amount of error. More or less, my prediction, if I am saying 16.55, maybe it will fall a few below or a points above. But I can guide my employer in the right direction. That this is something it is looking like. If it is concern worthy, okay, do something about it. Good with this? So this is basically what you have done is you have done linear regression with MS Excel. This is the genesis of predictive analysis in any tool. You will learn, you will come down to regression analysis first. I hope it's clear. Everybody was able to do it, and I hope everybody is doing hands-on. Okay. Okay, good to know. Well, fine guys, since Dr. Lynette herself asked me to uh, talk about data analysis in research domain. So just a few things. It is short of time, but I'll try to elaborate as much as possible. Not only research domain, be it sure for that 250. Okay, calculation part. Okay. Equation part, right? See, equation, everybody has first equation. This is the equation. Alliance equation. Line's general equation is y is equal to mx plus c. M is constant, c is intercept. So that is basically it is geometry, but that's okay if you are not so much versed with that. Let's not dive that much deep. Let's stay with this, that in this linear regression, how I created this chart was when I was creating this, you see, on this is called x-axis, this horizontal one. So it is representing marketing budget. Budget is this much and this much and this much and this much and how much. On y-axis, this is sales from 0 to 5 crore, 10 crore, 15 crore, 20 and so on. So the representation is like this. This line is representing what will be y in terms of x. What will be the value of y if x is this much? So this line is telling me that x should be multiplied by 0.0528 and then added with 3.3525 and you will end up with having value of sales. Now think about it. X is If X is marketing budget, then it means I already know that, no? Budget is decided by a company, no? What I will keep my budget next month, that at least I know. I don't know about the sales, what sales I will make, but budget I know. So that's what we are doing. If I have decided that budget is this much or this much or that much, whatever, I just will calculate Y by putting budget value here. Think about it. If I know something has this relation, that if I have a value X, I multiply it by something and add something and I will get Y value. What are X and Y? In this case, X is marketing budget and Y is the sales I will make. So what do I need to do now? I don't need to do anything. I just need to replace the value of X. If I am being asked to make a forecast, I am asking, tell me the budget, how much you want to keep. You want to keep this much budget or this much budget or how much budget? Just tell me that. If I remove Y here from here, now it becomes a calculated field. Just like you did earlier, equal to sign. It is going to give me the Y. This is going to be the Y. This is something Y.
Sir, are you speaking? Can't hear you.
Yeah. I just took a pause because I was just expecting the students that did they got it this time? Did
Yes,
you people
sir.
get it this time?
Yes, you can move on.
Okay. Okay. Fine. If I walk you through some basics of data analysis, be it any domain, and I'll talk about it specifically for research domain also. This is a kind of journey of any. You see my screen?
Yes, yes. Data.
Right. You see, there is already a row about, even if you download a small Android app, they will ask you 50 questions. Share your this data, share your that data, give us this, give us your location. Even bank apps are demanding for location, and even, they want your access to your camera and gallery and whatnot. Is it happening to everybody? It is so irritating. Why everybody is craving for data? And what do they do when we provide it to them? So this is the kind of journey of a data in any domain that happens. They start off with describing. So that's what descriptive analytics is. Yeah, currently, yes, these are some fancy phrases already doing rounds. The data is the new oil. Heard of this? Data is new petroleum. Recently, they have been overkilling it. So that's okay. That's another matter altogether. But yes, exactly. So what happens with the data is it starts with descriptive analytics. Then the stage is diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics. prescriptive analytics, and currently in recent year it has gone into the domain of cognitive analytics. Cognitive analytics means perfect AI, where human intervention is not even there. Everybody of us have used Google Maps. Isn't it a magical utility? If you are going on a drive of say 100 kilometers, and it will show you that this much time you are going to take, and more or less, lo and behold, they are accurate. Yes or no? Has it happened to everybody? Did everybody realize that? How is it happening? Who is it doing? So that is something which goes into domain of cognitive analytics. No human intervention is there. They are gathering real-time data and they are giving real-time analysis. I'll brief a little bit quickly about this, which with an example, and I hope everybody will be able to link it because recently we were doing the same. Descriptive analytics is something which has already happened in the past, just like the current example which we were doing regression upon. There was marketing budget and there was some sales, and somebody questioned me that what has been happening. Miss CEO asked me recently, what have you been up to? So we call it descriptive analytics. We are trying to describe what this data has a story to tell about, what has been happening. Another thing which is data is used to is, you saw this. So in this case, very fine. Budget is this, sales is that, budget is this, sales is that, and everything is fantastic, and there is a clear linear trend. So the more budget, we are utilizing our budget with very great efficiency. Then there is something called diagnostic analysis, and data is used for that also. Diagnostic analytics answers the question, why something has happened. For example, recently, like just in this case, tell me girls, what do you say? In this case, it was a very rosy picture that there is a linear upward trend and fantastic. What if it was a flat horizontal line, which means we are improving marketing budget every month, but sales is not improving. What if we see this kind of trend? What will happen? What will CEO say? Here is slide, Blessy. At the very least, CEO will question you, yes or no? What will be your question? Why this is happening? Why budget is increasing every month and we are not able to crack sales? Yes or no? What do you think? Are you guys tired now? Is it happening? So that is where descriptive diagnostic analytics comes in. So now we are trying to diagnose for some reason why something is happening. We are trying to make a hypothesis that this may be the probable cause. Well, how it can be done? Like just for example, just to make you think, there is a slide. Maybe we can crack down the budget where we are utilizing how much money. And is this a proper channel? Is this a good channel on which we have spent money? Is it turning into sales? Is it making an impact on our sales? Or we are wasting money on some particular channel like TV or radio or newspaper or FM or internet or digital marketing or whatsoever. So that's diagnostic analytics, and this is also companies need data to run it through. Another requirement of data is for predictive analytics, which we have recently done, with which we answer question, what is going to happen, or at least what is likely to happen, what seems with a certain level of accuracy and certain level of error. We try to predict what is going to happen in future. If I have sufficient data and relevant data at hand, so we have very powerful algorithms at hand with which to a certain accuracy we can predict the future also. Which you have recently done. If I have data of you say from 2000 to 2015 and you are asking me in 2020 that how this 20 year will be closing. Well, barring apart the COVID situation, maybe I could have predicted with a certain level of accuracy. Due to this COVID situation, everything has gone for a toss. Last but not the least, finally, there is prescriptive analytics, we call it, which was there a stage. Prescriptive analytics, it is not basically a stage, it is summation of all the three. Think about it, you know what has happened, descriptive, you know why this happened, diagnostic, you know what is likely to happen now, predictive. What is the coming question now? What is the coming question now? What you should do about this situation. So that's prescription, just like a doctor. So prescriptive analytics is summation of all the three analytics. In itself, it is not a kind of analysis, but well, these are technical jargons, and this is the way it is defined in decorated books. So well, so be the case. So with this, I conclude the session here. I hope the session was useful, and along with learning, you enjoyed it. I also enjoyed a lot, and thanks for providing me the opportunity to demonstrate this Excel skills. Before I depart, I would make it a point that you should notice that this is not sum total of Excel. We have been just able to scratch the surface of MS Excel. Excel is way, way, way too vast. There is still a lot to Excel. There is way too much beyond analytics and predictions and whatever we discussed. But I hope it was an interesting and fruitful start of your journey. And it is so good to see that you young blood is coming up and you are ready to take on this analytics domain. And once again, thanks Renita and thanks Dr. Lynette for having me on board. Muthu, I hope you are here.
Yeah, look, thanks a lot.
Renita?
Over to you.
Yes,
Muthu.
ma'am. I'll take over now. Thank you, Mr. Alok, for that insightful and informative learning session. We will now have a short question answer session. We invite you all to participate and clarify any of the doubts that you might have relating to Excel. You can put your questions in the chat box and we'll read it out and Mr. Alok can answer. It can be related to today's session, or if you just have any doubts related to Excel in general, you can ask.
That would be great.
Renita, I think we can continue.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Okay, so now we will go ahead with the feedback. We have two students from the PG and the UG Commerce departments. I first call upon Beverly from MCOM to share her thoughts.
Good afternoon to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, audible, Beverly.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, ma'am, and to everyone present here. So, firstly, I'd like to appreciate the patience that Mr. Alok had to very distinctly and patiently answer to all our queries and teach us so like in a crisp and understandable manner. And also, I did my UG in BCom computer applications, so we had a little brief already about Excel, but little did I know that these shortcuts had shortcuts within them. So, and I believe that this session is definitely
Glad to know.
I believe that this session is definitely going to be very helpful for us in the future. Let it be higher studies as well as our jobs. So thank you very much, sir, for this workshop. It was really good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very welcome, Beverly.
Renita, please unmute your mic so that.
Oh, sorry, sir. Thank you, Beverly. Now we'll hear from Srivashni of second BCom, give her feedback on the workshop.
So, am I audible?
Yes, Srivashni.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Srivashni from second BCom Commerce. I would like to thank Sir for giving such an hands-on experience on Excel. It was such an informative session. I think Excel is one of the most sought-after softwares that is used by many companies on a daily basis for like organizing data, their umpteen data. So I think Sir has shared his knowledge and expertise with us. It was very useful, and I learned many new formatting techniques for preparing a clean presentation, and like new techniques for forecasting data. And I found the concept of pivot tables to be very interesting. I had lots of fun learning it, as much as you had teaching us. So yeah, I look forward to use these techniques efficiently in my daily basis wherever necessary. So I would like to thank my teachers for organizing this worthy session, and Imarticus Learning and Mr. Alok Chauhan sir for patiently elucidating all the concepts to us. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Srivashni,
Very
for
welcome,
sharing
Shri.
your thoughts.
Very welcome.
Yeah. I now invite Ria Roy of third BCom Commerce to deliver the vote of thanks for today.
On behalf of Women's Christian College, Department of Commerce, Shift 2, I take an immense pleasure on proposing the word of thanks. At first, I would really like to thank Mr. Alok Chauhan for his for accepting our invite and like sharing his thoughts on Excel. It was really useful, sir, as we are heading forward towards this digitally active world. Your the knowledge on Excel was really useful, and thank you so much for that. I would really like to thank Mr. Muthukumar, the representative of Imarticus Learning, and Mr. Subhash, the coordinator of this workshop. Thank you so much for your time. And I would like to thank our WCC management, our principal, and all the teachers, our workshop coordinator, Dr. Lynette Christella, for giving us this opportunity. It was such a useful workshop. I would also like to thank all the participants for your cooperation and active participation. And above all, I would love to thank Lord Almighty for his abundant blessings upon us. Thank you all. Stay safe and blessed.
Thank you so much, Ria. Okay, so we've
Welcome.
now come. Okay, yeah. So we've now come to the end of the session. We will be posting the feedback link in the chat box. Please copy the link, open it, and make sure you upload the Excel sheet that you have worked on in the link. Once you upload the Excel sheet, fill all the feedback properly, and when you submit it, you will then receive your e-certificate within a few days. Thank you.
If you have copied the feedback link, then you can start leaving the meet. The others can stay back and then copy down.
Thanks a lot for organizing the event, ma'am.
Yeah. The pleasure is with us.
To thank the management, faculties, and the head of the department and the students for giving an opportunity to talk about the advanced Excel. And thank you, Alok sir, for spending your time and giving your knowledge about advanced Excel to these students. Thanks a lot.
Very welcome, Muthu. Very welcome, Dr. Lynette. The pleasure was all mine. I shall take a leave.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
And thanks a lot, ma'am. We are signing off.
Yes.
Thank you.